Zero-party data, what is it? How do I collect it? And then most importantly, how do you actually leverage zero-party data to scale revenue and scale bottom line profitability? Firstly, what even is zero-party data? So you've probably heard of first-party data, second and third. First-party data is you just collecting email addresses, phone numbers, and names from users directly on your website, usually because they bought or they abandoned checkout or they filled in a pop-up form. Second-party data is where another company's first-party data you go ahead and acquire, whether it's through a marketplace or a partnership. Third-party data is external data exchanges. So that's a census, for example, where they go and survey a very large proportion of people and then they release that data. You can buy it or it's on the free market. Zero-party data is a relatively new term, which is where you collect data directly from your customers. And it's more granular, more insightful than just first names, email addresses, location, etc. So zero-party data is data that a customer intentionally and proactively shares with you as a business owner. And it can include preferences, purchase intentions, or personal contexts. An example of this is if you're selling a sunscreen, zero-party data would be asking all customers, what purpose did you buy this sunscreen for? Are you using it at the beach? Are you using it at home? Are you using it for a holiday, etc.? If you can collect that information, you'll get a really good idea for, okay, everyone's buying it for a holiday. And then you can start to infer the benefits that come out of that. Another note on zero-party data is the biggest advantage that it has is its accuracy. It's provided to you directly by your actual customers. So you don't have to question the source at all. You're not buying it from a third-party vendor. So how do you actually go ahead and start collecting zero-party data? It's pretty simple. There's really not much to it. Surveys, quizzes, forms. This can be on your Facebook page. This can be on your website. This can be post-purchase email flows. The list goes on. There's 100 different ways that you can go about it, but it's pretty much just getting a survey filled by a customer, getting a quiz filled by a customer, or getting a form filled by a customer. Now, what does this actually enable? How can you use the zero-party data that you've collected to generate more top-line revenue? Number one is email database segmentation. So once you have this data on customers, you can start to segment them within your email database and curate emails accordingly. For example, if you're selling a product, you can gain zero-party data on whether they're using it as a gift or not. You could segment then into this was a gift for a partner or not. And then you can run individual email campaigns to those that purchase the product as a gift for their partner. And you can push, hey, here's another gift that they would love. And you can start to see that curated, tailored messaging based on the individual purposes to why they bought the product can start to yield significantly better results than if you're just sending emails to everyone with generic messaging. A second example of this is, let's say you sell a product that's a pain solution product. It's maybe a tablet, a cream, etc. There's a lot of different reasons as to why people might want to be solving pain. Is it a injury in their knee? Is it a arthritis issue? Was it bought for someone else? Is it for headaches? The list goes on. If it applies to all of these, it's good to have context as to the exact reason as to why someone bought the product. You might find that 70% of users bought the product for knee injuries. And so you can segment them down into an individual database and you can start to provide them with relevant context and content for knee injuries. Number two is product improvements. Collecting zero-party data is also in the form of getting feedback on your product. If you start to survey people, figure out why they're using a pain product that you sell, and then start to discover that of the users that buy it for, let's say, headaches, none of them return and buy the product again. You look at the LTV cohort analysis on those individual users, no one comes back and buys. Okay, we can pretty effectively now know that the product does not work for headaches. No one that buys it for headaches ever comes back and buys again. So can we change our messaging on the front end of ads? Can we change our messaging on landing pages? Make it very clear you should not buy this product if you're trying to solve headaches. Or alternatively, can we improve the product? Can we go back to the manufacturer and potentially look to cross-sell here? Open up a new product that can address that issue, or improve the current product accordingly. And then number three, which I've touched on briefly there, is improved clarity on the customer demographic. So now you can start to understand, why are people actually buying the product? Are they buying it as a gift? Are they buying it for a partner? Are they buying it for a knee injury, a neck injury, a headache? The list goes on. You can start to get very, very granular with exactly why people are buying the product, who they're buying it for, which then informs the marketing strategy on the front end for new customer acquisition. You'll start to find that, okay, maybe even the best LTV cohorts come out of people that have arthritis pain. And so let's actually start curating our messaging on the front end specifically for arthritis pain, because we know that these people come back and repeat buy in the highest rates. And so they're actually the most profitable customers that we can acquire. And so we can use that data to inform our front end messaging and then ultimately the profitability of new customer acquisition.